All right, welcome back to another league race, this time with FTRL for Division 1, Round 6, I believe, for the British Grand Prix. So, the practice for this was basically non-existent. Yeah, so I kind of did a few laps in TT time trial before getting on. So, I am very much kind of trying to wing it as best as I can based on the experience I have here in the not too distant past. So that's where we are.
Oh fuck!
Oh God, I don't know what was Sway was so upset about. Anyways, qualifying was a bit of a bust. 24.8 is what I did, but I know there's a lot of time to be found in Beckett's Chapel complex. I kind of put myself on the back foot off the bat, the very poor run onto the Wellington straight, which is why I'm already like nearly 2 tenths down or 10.5 down. Made a lot of it back through here, and I thought, okay, look, we made a lot of time back through there. We could definitely make up some more through Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel. So I felt pretty good that perhaps I could do that. We come through Cops here, nice run. We gained some, we gained some time, and yeah, missed that apex, and then missed that one too, and then onto the old off the track there. So if I deviated my wheel too much there, the car would have lost control. So unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Anyways, it's P13. Even if I had done a 12.6 or 24.6, that may have got me inside the top 10, but it would have been close. So I still like how I can drive around this track. I do enjoy it.
And then it just gets down to hours.
The field is very close as well, so I may be in 13th, but the gap isn't as high as the timing would suggest. Here's the standings. I haven't done these for a while, so I'm down in 11th with 50 points. It's been a pretty poor season. A lot of these tracks just don't suit me, and I don't enjoy them, and things haven't gone as well as they should have. You see the qualifying battle there. I am losing 4-0 to Joe, and the Renault are 7th with 99 points in the constructor. So we could maybe get after McLaren, Ferrari, maybe Red Bull, but maybe not with Tico and Matt in there. That's going to be difficult, but that's where we stand with things as we head into this race. So, strategy. Again, I will take the soft tyre. I do not think taking the medium tyre is an option. Early safety car will screw you. You'll be on hards to the end of the race, basically, and not a good tyre to be on. So, interesting prospect ahead. I got some penalties last time around this track. I do not want to do that again, if possible. So, here we go then. 5 red lights. And away we go. Crawling off the start, but not too bad of a getaway. Posh is going to lose immediately into the barrier. That's unfortunate for him. But here we come through turn 1. And as we go through turn 2 here, there's just no grip. Like dirty air. I didn't really turn my wheel enough, but somehow, how on earth have I managed to catch that? I have no idea. Absolutely mad. I thought that accident was happening. I thought, how on earth have I managed to catch that? I thought I was done. Anyways, we're up into 10th, so there's a spinner there. I think that was AP. But trying then Tico, I kind of just want him to go, to be honest, because I know he's on mediums, but he's quicker. That was dangerous. I actually thought for a sec, knowing this game as I do, I actually thought I got wing damage. Thankfully, nothing of the sort, but it wouldn't have surprised me. Anyways, he's through. That scared me a little bit there, but I knew Tico was going to kick on. Aaron, I wasn't sure about because I know he was on mediums, but he seemed to be running a lot of wing. His speed traps seemed to be very low, like into the 15, 16 kind of range. Nothing really happened though. Keeping within DRS, heading on to lap 4, keep within the DRS of Tico, and Aaron's just about in it himself. So, and I see Ross has got a penalty there in P13. So, early stage of this race, I'm just looking to stick with this group, trying to stay within DRS. Ultimately, I fell out of it. And that 5, see, Pagani's out of this race. Aaron about 7 tenths behind. I've just dropped out of DRS range to Tico. VSC is out. The VSC is out at a perfect time, for perfect place of the track to come into the pits. Some people did come in. Yeah. I was going to, and then I saw my teammate Joe go in, and I was like, okay, let's not do that then. Let's not stack. And from this point on, it became about rolling the dice with a future safety car, or pit at my normal window and hope that the time loss wasn't too bad. And because the VSC's ending, they're still in the pit lane and they're quite far in the pit lane, so they're not getting as much time as they would have under normal circumstances, as if it lasted longer in a normal pit lane. So I'd hope then that tyre wear would come to my advantage come the end of the race. So that's where you hedge your bets on at this stage then. But honestly, the reason I say that was because Joe went in. But not to say I wasn't thinking about how it could work from this point onwards. So, always thinking, always got that brain, working away. Lap 10, I did think about staying out another lap. The softer stage I kind of passed their best, and it is time for the mediums to kick in. And Aaron, who's been stuck behind me this entire race, is finally going to kick on. I'm not going to defend this too much, really. Just, I decided to come in this lap. I decided I'd come in one lap earlier than my pit window, which is lap 11, purely for the fact that I didn't want to lose too much time to guys on new tires behind who had that. I didn't want to lose any more time, basically, to the guys on the mediums who would have pitted, 6 laps ago or so. So I've been undercut, obviously, to an extent, but let's see where we emerge then. We were running quite high after everyone pitted, but out of the pits is P11 and about 5 seconds, 5.6 7 seconds. So yeah, that's where we're looking at. And we've got fresh meters then to the end of the race, and we'll have a tyre advantage for sure at the end of the race. So, time to get stuck in. Nice bit of clear track. I can just get stuck in. There's a big gaggle in front. There's Wesker, there's Adam, there's Chris, there's Joe, there's Zumpy. And Wesker's on hard compound tyres, so you never quite know what's going to kick off. Lap 12, though, putting me in a PB, I am closing the gap 5.2, 5.3. Now, they will pull away a bit at this part of the track with DRS, but I am still catching them, though. So I feel good with the pace. The pace, I think, is there to close up with these guys, queued up. So even with that DRS that they have, I don't. So making good progress. Lap 15, again, look at this. Gap is 3.7 seconds. The gaps are coming down, and this is lap 15. Like, can you imagine what this is going to be at the end?
Oh, yeah.
A few things happened in front.
Joe.
Some wing damage happened in front, which I think there's an accident between Chris and Tico, I think. Adam and Tico. And I think Joe then just dropped it on his own. I was looking at the stream afterwards, and it was 2 separate incidents. It wasn't connected. So at this stage now,
Aaron's in.
As Aaron comes into the pits then. So Aaron is going to be on softs. So we were fighting Aaron, or obviously earlier. We'll see what the story is. You'll actually see how much we've actually jumped him by, basically having stayed out a few extra laps. But now this is where the fun bit begins, because now there's penalties in front and now there's stuff to contend with. There is going to be another accident up in front. I think it's between Zumpy and I'm not sure which Ferrari it was, but pieces of wing go flying. I think it's Adam. So now all of a sudden,
that's good for me.
People are dropping like flies here, and it is Adam with the wing damage. If we go later at that lap, biding your time, be careful in these high-speed sections. Back off if you have to. You will lose a bit of time, but better to lose time than to lose your wing, because you can't approximate for the damage that the car clearly has in front, because a lot of high-speed corners around Silverstone. So, front wing damage is going to be very, very costly. So that's also to P7 then, and in the 3-second window of Chris for P6. So all of a sudden, just for keeping it clean, granted that wasn't in the traffic, but, things have worked out quite nicely today. Unfortunately, at this time, though, there was some sort of disconnect happened.
No.
Dutch left, Panda left, Aaron got disconnected. They left. They got disconnected. Lee Call on comms got disconnected. Aaron got disconnected. So I wondered if a mass disconnect had happened, and if everyone else would the race results still count? But Aaron was catching. But now that he disconnected, he's going to drop back. So that's unfortunate for him. I think he would have got me. Whether he would have cleared 3 seconds, I don't know, because his pace wasn't that amazing tonight. He wasn't in his usual form. So you see he's already 4.6 behind. And then the AI for Dutch then has come into the pits to replace those tyres. So, and the same for Aaron as well. So that's unfortunate. Like that's tough. That's not. That's really unfortunate for them. But that was really it for the end of this race, Continue to plug away. Chris got a 6-second penalty then in total. But he got DRS within Wesker the last 2 laps or so, and so it was always going to be touch and go. I just didn't have the pace to hang with him. There was a VSC where I lost about 7 tenths or so, 6, 7 tenths. Ultimately, though, it is not going to be enough. But despite that, we're coming through the last corner. A bit of a wobble there, but that's okay. A very quiet race, comparatively speaking, but a P6 is the best result of the season by far. A fantastic result. I am really chuffed with how things came together there. Keeping my nose clean. The decision to actually not pit under the VSC ended up turning out to be the right one because of avoiding the carnage in front. And I thought the pace was strong. I was definitely catching those guys. I think it will have continued to catch those guys come the end of the race. Pace was very strong at the end there, into the 27s. Not sure where that was at the start. Maybe after the VSC came out, perhaps. I was able to save a bit of fuel, a bit of ERS. I was able to use a bit of that. So maybe that was why the difference was between the first part of that medium stint and the second part. But really, really happy with how that went. Sway got himself a podium as well. Scuba won the race, and then Tico finished second from his qualifying band. So very, very happy with that. And unfortunately, I didn't get Chris, but I don't even care at that stage. A good result for Joe as well after he dropped it. Again, just keeping the clean. And yeah,
that was exactly a 10th.
I was very happy to get that done. So big result there. Very pleased about that. Next up is Hungary. Full qualifying around Hungary as well. That should be a hoosh. So yeah, Hungary I always enjoyed and gone relatively well at. So looking forward to that. Thanks for watching, and until next time.